Hello! It's time for another Most Loved series. Today we're going to be doing yellows and golds, and I'm going to start out with a very pale gold. And so my first of the top 10 most loved golds and yellows, I have Color Club, and this is Winter Affair, and it's such a light gold that it almost looks silver, but it's not, it's gold. So in this series I always show you the polishes and then I show you live application so you know what you're getting yourself into if you decide to go pick up these polishes. And so I always do 2 coats to show you what 2 is going to look like, since that's a pretty standard level of coatage to expect to need to apply for nail polish. More than 2 coats and you're getting towards a finicky nail polish. I have some cotton here on my finger. Okay, so right off the bat when I apply this one, I remember that this is a scented polish. It smells kind of like coffee. So while that one's drying, we're going to do the next one. And the next one is a little bit deeper of a gold. This is China Glaze and it's called Mingle with Kringle. And it came out this last winter, 2013. So let's see here. It's another one that applied nicely. In 2 coats. It's a really dense gold metallic. Let's do another one. There. So you can see both really nice golds, but very different from each other. I'm gonna get a second coat on each and then I'll show you close up. Alright, so here you have the 2 colors close up. We have the China Glaze over here, Mingle with Kringle, and Color Club Winter Affair on the pinky and the ring finger. Alright, so you can see the different finishes there and the different shades. And let's move along. Okay, so we're gonna move on to a rose gold shade. And this is the Luster Shine, the Sally Hansen Luster Shine in Firefly. Now as you can see in my camera there, it's a duochrome that also shines a little bit of green blue, but also look copper, gold, but when you just look at the bottle straight on, it mostly looks rose gold, and to me when you get it on, that's how it appears too. So that's why it made my top 10 on the golds rather than you know, some other color. So let me get it on here and you can see for yourself. Now I'm not layering this over black, which I probably should if I wanted to show you its true shift. Its best shift. It'll shift the best. All duochromes will over black. But I'm just going to show you it in its raw form. So there's 1 coat. Let me get that a little bit more dry while I put on my next one. Now this one is like a bronzy gold. This is Sephora by OPI in Rumba Romance. So this is rounding out the gold shades. And this one is much deeper than the rest. Really just like a really gilded color. It's really beautiful. Obviously, right? Obviously. Alright, so kind of sheer on the first coat, but it evens out. So here's the second coat of Firefly. I'll do another coat of each of them and then I'll show you up close. Alright, so on these first 2 fingers, that's the one we did most recently. That was the Sephora by OPI Rumba Romance. And then over here we have Firefly by the Luster Shine Collection, Sally Hansen. Can you see why I called it a rose gold? I mean, you can definitely see the green reflecting there too, but for the majority part, it's rosy to me. So there's those 2. At 2 coats each, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna move out of gold territory and onto the yellows. My first one here is Ulta Cream of the Crop. And this is my favorite of the pale yellows that I have. Oftentimes pale yellows are really hard to work with. They just don't apply very nicely and they end up looking too streaky. And I'm going off of memory here and off of my picture swatch that I had on my computer, but this one was the least difficult to apply and then ended up looking the nicest in the end. So you can see really sheer, but hopefully we're gonna get it to build up a little bit on the second coat. Oh, wow. All right, so this next one is also another lighter yellow. This is Melodious Utopia by Orly. Sorry. And if you can see in the bottle there that it has like hot pink shimmer through it, but it's well, it's actually kind of like a pink holographic shimmer. It's really light though and really fine. Mama. What, baby? Mama. Okay. She's watching a show on her brother's computer and she's using his headphones. And the headphones are too big for her, of course, so they keep slipping off of her ears. Alright, so there's one coat of that. I'll be right back. Poor girl, she keeps getting so mad at those stinking headphones. Alright, so I did just stick with the 2 coats so you can see what it looks like with just 2. The real pale here again is Ulta Cream of the Crop, and then the other 2 is Orly Melodious Utopia. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so we're going to move darker still. I have one from Finger Paints called Art Nouve, N-O-U-V, Yellow. I probably said that wrong. But this one's moving a little bit deeper, and then it also comes like kind of with a frosty finish, which isn't really my favorite in a polish, but on this one it ends up looking okay. It just ends up kind of looking like a really, like you have the sun on your nails kind of. It's really luminous. There's one coat of that, and then the next one I'm going to show you was a close runner-up for my favorite yellow, and this is Sally Hansen Complete Salon Manicure in Butterscotch, and I just love this one. It's such an interesting yellow. It's not, I don't know, I find it to be not as like obnoxious as most yellows on your nails. I really like yellow as a color, but I don't wear it very often on my nails because it's kind of right there with pink as like, I don't know, it just seems more obnoxious on the nail. But as you can see now we're getting into like a true cream. So there we go, that one's called Butterscotch, so you could probably see why. Alright, I'm going to do a second coat of each of these. Alright, here's number 7 and 8. The first 2 on this side, that's the Finger Paints Art Nouve Yellow. And over here you have the Butterscotch by Sally Hansen Complete Salon Manicure, which they could have just as easily called Mustard, don't you think? So, alright, I'll be back with the final 2. Alright, so it's time for the last 2, and this collection wouldn't be complete unless I included my favorite highlighter yellow, Neon. So I have Clean Color Funky Yellow. Just look at how bright that is. So let's get it on and see what it looks like. This one is crazy. Alright, just look at that. Crazy sauce. snagged for a few days, but just now when I was removing the last polishes, I snagged it pretty bad. So I think I'm gonna have to file down my nails, boo-hoo. All right, so lastly, my favorite yellow, woo, in my collection is this one from Cosmetic Arts. And it was a no-namer, so I called it Sunflower. You can't see that, but I wrote it on it because I named it so that I would have something to call it in my collection. So this is Sunflower by Cosmetic Arts. You won't find it by that name anywhere except for on my blog. But for all intents and purposes, that's what its name is now. So it's just like a very creamy taxi yellow, but again, like not obnoxious. I don't know. Everybody has their own definition for what is obnoxious in a nail polish color. But I find this one to be really nice. You may not. You may have a different favorite. That is good. If you do, please tell me about it. Honestly, I don't have that many yellow polishes. Compared to a regular person, I have a lot of yellow polishes. Compared to the rest of the polishes in my collection, I don't have many yellows. So these are the favorite of what I have. And so I'm always happy to learn about other polishes out there that people just love, so let me know. Alright, so you couldn't hardly have two more different yellow toned polishes. Over here is the Neon Funky Yellow by Clean Color. And over here is the Taxi Yellow color from Cosmetic Arts that has no name, so I named it Sunflower. I don't know how extensive their line is or how hard it'll be to track down that polish without having a name for it. So I apologize for that, but I really like all of their polishes, and they are 3 free. So I don't know much about the brand, but I do really like all of them. And I found it at Ross one day, so if you find them, now you know their formula is really great, and they have nice bright colors. So there's that, and yeah, that is it. That wraps it up for my top 10 yellow polishes. So I hope you enjoyed these. Let me know in the comments what your favorite was, and if I didn't include one of your favorites, if it didn't make the list, let me know so I can go check it out. All right, I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time.